So let's talk about the matchup we've got here. This is, of course, the quarterfinals of the top 8 of Friday Night Magic from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. I'm Zach Evans. I'm joined currently by Garrett Meadows and Logan Cutlip, and we are watching the first matchup we've got. Joseph Deal on the left playing Bant Hexproof. He made it into the top 8 on 2 wins and a draw. And Brett Rose on Gruul Aggro, the Tamaharu.
Chocolate pancakes.
It's very similar to the Tamaharu Saito Gruul Aggro deck. Yeah. So basically mono red with flint hoof boars and rancors.
Mono
and I guess you could say Burning Tree Emissary. Although technically you could play that in a mono red deck if you wanted to.
Right.
So, like Garrett said in passing earlier, it looks like we're going to have a blowout one way or the other, probably.
Correct.
Because there are some draws that Joseph's not going to be able to deal with, and then comparably Joseph is going to have some removal-heavy draws that probably going to give Brett some nightmares. I do know, as we see Brett go down to 6 cards, that Joseph is not playing Supreme Verdict at anywhere in his 75. And Brett is going down to 5 cards. That's one of my best strategies in Magic, is getting my opponent to mulligan aggressively.
You know if Joseph's playing Revenge of the Hunted?
I don't.
I'm going to go yell at him and ask him.
Okay.
No, I'm not. It's the joke. Because Revenge would be like a pseudo-board wipe.
Yes.
In the lack of presence of any actual board wipes like Supreme Verdict, if your opponent has untapped creatures, Revenge of the Hunted does a very good job at killing all of them. I'm sure Logan knows something about that.
About what?
Revenge of the Hunted, wiping your opponent's board.
Why is everyone playing Face Shield now?
Because it's a good card.
Well, I know it's a good card, but like...
For the record, what played it?
I guess in the Naya and Gruul decks, there's always been talk, like Svi Mochvich, after the Pro Tour, talked about his Green-White Humans deck, and he wanted to run 2 Faith Shield's main just because it's basically a counterspell.
Yeah, it is very good.
For 1 mana, you don't get to do anything to me.
Let's talk about the game here real quick. We got Brett mulling to 5 on the play, but starting off with basically the best possible start. Turn 1, Legion Loyalist, into turn 2, Ash Zealot to Joseph...
Unflipped Delver.
Unflipped Delver. It never flips. It never flips. And he's taking some damage off his own shock lands. So he's up against it here. He is showing a Spell Rupture. He has a Thought Scour in his hand, another Delver, and an Azorius Charm.
So he might block with this one. There's an Ash Zealot.
He can Spell Crumple that, making Brett play 1 more. Also interesting to note, Brett did play his land tapped there, so he could have paid
exactly.
Brett will probably not make that mistake. Or that's not a mistake.
The first time that you get Spell Ruptured is the...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a mistake. It's just something you're not aware of, but probably will play around that in game 2.
Now Joseph's going to play a tap land and represent nothing whenever he lays down this Delver. I guess Joseph might run Unsummon.
He runs like 1 Unsummon.
I think he has a Slump Ogre, so he can't even represent that.
Do you play your Delver here? Like, at some point you need a clock, right?
Right.
Oh, no. He has a Celestian Charm. He's going to make a Knight.
And Chump? Because that has first strike.
He can Charm, I guess. He has Azorius Charm, which looks like is what he's filtering. No, he's just going to take it.
Does he have a Simic Charm in his hand?
No, it's an Azorius, Selesnya, and then an Azorius Charm.
I think that's the play. Like, you play your untapped land, you play your Delver, and then you Celestian Charm your guy to eat his.
Yeah.
You're taking 2 damage either way.
I think it's a good line of play. Attacks with the Knight, which is Vigilance. Adds a Delver. Did he draw a Dissipate? No, he drew
I can't see anything from this hand. I'm going to
Azorius Charm. Yeah.
this way so I can see a little bit better.
So, I can't see what's in Brett's hand, but Joseph has an Azorius Charm, a Temple Garden, and a Thought Scour.
Joseph is way ahead on this board right now. I don't know what it is on your screen, but on my screen.
Thought Scouring, Feeling of Dread. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Azorius Charm, Feeling of Dread, yeah. I think it's Snapcaster's turned off.
Pillar of Flame takes out the Delver. Wait, did he take
He
three?
didn't take the 2 for the Ash Zealot.
Tell him.
You take 2 for the Ash Zealot.
No, it's
Or
three.
three.
Or 3. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. You got it right.
The trigger.
However many it is.
The trigger.
Whatever it is.
Which is ironic because I don't think Joseph clearly didn't see that. Otherwise, he would have just taken the 2 from the attack as opposed to the 3 from flashing it back. Joseph's still in the spot here. Brett, with 2 cards in hand, gets in with Ash Zealot.
Land flood, but
Sawyer's Charm is going to put the Ash Zealot back on top. Brett's going to add to his board with an Unleashed Rakdos Cackler. I like the art on Rakdos Cackler. I got a 4-1 for my cube. I was just sorting through it the other day. I was like, it's a good looking Magic card. You know what also is a good looking Magic card? Tybalt. You know what's not? Tybalt isn't? Good. A good Magic card.
But he is good looking.
He's a good looking man. And there's another Ash Zealot. That's actually the same Ash Zealot that went to the top off the Azorius Charm.
right? No, I haven't played Red.
So now Joseph does have the Simic Charm in his hand, so he can bounce the...
Oh no. You definitely just eat here. Give your guy +3/+3 and eat something. Oh no.
I'm fine with that block. I don't like the bounce, but...
I don't like that at all because it bounce the guy that has haste.
Yeah. He's going to replay it that turn anyway. And he's got Spell Crumple and no creatures now.
Now you have no creature and you're in the same position you were had you just popped your own guy.
Yep. What's on top?
These tempo decks are really, I mean, the decision trees in a tempo deck are very vast.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, Joseph play Aquarian Dryad. A little late to the party.
Down to 3. Burn range. How much burn did these red decks actually play? Because they're pretty...
I think it plays the whole suite of Searing Spears.
Like that one?
Yep.
I haven't seen it yet on my screen.
And I hear Joseph's telling himself, good job on the Feeling of Dread, which, it's unfortunate, but what can you do? I know what you can do at this point, is you can take this time now, if you enjoy what you're watching, why don't you help us out? By following us on our various forms of social media. I say this all the time, and then I go home and like 2 people followed me on Twitter.
Right.
There are 88 people watching right now, and I know some of you are already liked and followed and subscribed. But this is what you need to do. It's very simple. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes you like 5 seconds. You go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ZachSalesMagic. You subscribe. Almost 1,000 viewers. We've got @ZachSalesMagic on Twitter for daily shenanigans on there. So follow me there. Twitch.tv/ZachSalesMagic. That's where you're watching it now. Or if you're watching after the fact, head over there. Click the follow button so you subscribe to our channel. And then more importantly, go to our Facebook site, facebook.com/ZachSalesMagic. I don't know if you saw the theme, but it's ZachSalesMagic is the username for all of that. And then like our page there. Daily content. Today we're talking about spoilers and deck lists and whatnot.
Spoilers start coming out next week.
Oh, yep. Monday is the first day of official spoiler season. So,
2 cards have already been, 3 cards have already been officially spoiled.
yeah. So, all joking aside, if you enjoy what you see and you would like to help us out, just make sure that you follow us on those various sites. Go to Facebook and like our page and participate there in some discussions and whatnot. That's the best way that we can spread the word. We give cards away. There's daily. I mean, I don't know. Like there's daily updates. Like maybe you didn't see what card was spoiled, and if you subscribe to our page, then I'll do that legwork for you.
Yep. I'll share it.
So do that, yeah. Or Garrett will find it, and then I will post it and credit him.
No, I generally just share what you post. My Facebook page is very unoriginal.
That's fine. This is the problem with the picture-in-picture, though. Sometimes it sees me doing what I'm doing right now, which is this is what happens around. Although it's very early at night, it's 10:15. We're almost done with the quarterfinals.
Right. Well, we only had a 4-round FNM.
When there's only 6 people here, we get rid of well, that's what's funny when we have like before Legacy summarily died to just me and Garrett playing whenever we were around and wanted to play. But like we'd have a Legacy tournament, like only 6 people would show up. We'd have a round robin, and we'd be done and out the door at 8:30. It's a 2-hour tournament to run a 5-round event.
And that was even with like fair decks playing fair decks.
Yeah. I remember I think the only time we ever went to time in a Legacy event was when me and you were playing, and I was playing Maverick, and you were playing like that blue right deck you built.
Deck I played.
You're playing a deck that couldn't be choked. That's all I remember.
Right. Oh yeah, the Legacy Solar Flare deck. I got that list saved in my computer somewhere.
I don't know. It was fine, but
It's fine until you play choke.
yeah. I remember you saying like, "Way to go, Garrett! Put the Hallowed Fountains in your deck instead of the Glacial Fortress." So for the 82 of you that are still watching us, or 85 I should say, thanks for sticking in there, or thanks for switching the channel over to us after the Star City event went off the air. I do know that earlier in the night the chat wasn't working on any Twitch channel. There was some problems with that. Is there a question in the chat?
No. Follow the social media sites so you can be informed whenever Allie Browning comes to Lost Legion and gives things away.
Yeah.
Which happened, what, about a month ago?
3 weeks or 4 weeks? Yeah, 4 weeks ago, I think.
Yep. 3 weeks. Because 2 weeks ago we were in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
She was here the week before.
So here we are on into game number 2. Joseph on the play, but does not have a turn 1 Delver. Brett, however, since he's probably playing 12 1-drops, does have a turn 1 Kackler. Joseph going to Thought Scour end of turn. Ooh, a Dungeon Geist. I like Dungeon Geist as a sideboard card against this. And is that a Hallowed Fountain?
I really like Dungeon Geist because it has 3 toughness.
Well, here's a very interesting interaction. Knight of Glory comes in. Knight of Glory has Pro Cackler.
Yep.
Pro Cackler, is that a good name for a band? I don't know.
No.
What was the other one I came up with today? Spunkmeyer or something?
Where's your sheet?
Spunk Muffin.
Spunk Muffin.
Our high school ska band was named Spunk.
So did Brett just not realize, I think, there that...
Chump check. You gotta see if your opponent realizes it. Mm-hmm. Now we move on to game 3.
He's not gonna win this one, is he?
Flunkies.
Attack for 3 with Exalted. Have you seen that Walk the Plains video where so you want to go to a Grand Prix
Yep.
and make sure you...
I'll attack with my Knight of Glory. It gives +1/+1 from Exalted.
Because it has Exalted. He gives a big thumbs up. Because that was during the, the trigger debacle. Like,
right.
That's the worst 3 months in Magic history. So Mon Flunky's by itself, Pillar of Flame taking out the Quirion Dryad before it can get ridiculous. The Quirion Dryad is like one of the best cards in Joseph's deck against the burn deck, except for the because if he can't kill it when it comes out, like it's going to get out of control way.
I don't like that play from Brett. I think if Joseph has counter spells, you want him to counter your Series Spears and not your creatures. I think your creatures are always going to do more damage than the 3 damage Searing Spear would do.
I guess it depends on what's in your hand. Like if you have the other 3 Searing Spears in your hand,
He obviously doesn't have any more Cacklers because he didn't kill the Knight.
Flint Hoof Boar.
Don't
Give it
ruin
haste.
for me.
You're watching the delayed one.
Yep.
Simic Charm going to bounce the boar before combat so you can't attack with flunkies. It seems like a really good play.
Right.
Kind of a blowout.
We're seeing the true raw power of Mog Flunkies right now.
Mog Flunkies is a very, very swingy card. Well, even the list that play him only play like 2.
Even still, this is exactly, like, that is not even a card.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just literally play Ring Around the Rosie around the Mog Flunkies. Just kill everything else, and that card doesn't even exist. Brett paid 2 mana, and put air onto the table. So we see another Quirion Dryad come down.
No, that is a Geist of St. Trav.
That is a Geist of St. Trav. I knew that.
So here's the Burning Tree Emissary. We're going to see the Flint Hoof Boar. We're going to go ahead and give it haste. And we're going to... No, just attack with everybody, I would.
Well, you can't.
Oh, it doesn't have haste.
It doesn't have haste, no.
Yeah.
Flint Hoof Boar doesn't give haste to other creatures, unfortunately. Because that'd be really good.
Could have been a lightning away.
Could have been.
Could have been.
It's 2-9 blitz though. I'll go there.
Triggering, getting an angel.
Mog Flunky sounds very similar to the band Flogging Molly.
So, obviously, Joseph has some kind of trick in his hand. It looks to be a Celestia charm.
I'd say, well, I mean, it's either way, the Simic or the Celestia charm.
Does it give it trample?
Yes.
So
he's going to take plus 2 trample.
So he's going to take the same 2 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to take 8 total. Drop to 3. His Geist is going to live.
If you don't block there, you're threatening lethal plus spear next turn.
Joseph has a land in his hand, so let's see what the card is off the top for Brett and what's the last card in his hand.
It's got to be Hellrider.
Oh, I didn't even see that he had the Feeling of Dread in his graveyard. Now it doesn't mean anything. Like, we're clearly moving to game 3 here. Stromkirk Noble.
You're just dead. Hey, Brett. Oh, that Feeling of Dread was flashback. It wasn't from his hand. Okay.
Yeah.
He's still dead to the
Oh,
angel.
he had the spear, too. Oh, I really don't like that block, Brett.
I'll be honest, like, a lot of stuff happened, and I don't really know what happened. Like, I mean, I know what happened, but I can't back it up to figure out what strategically was right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right. Well, I think you always have to play to your house there, and you know, you can't tell what. I mean, I guess he saw the Feeling of Dread. So that's why he wasn't.
Well, while these guys get ready for Game 3, and since we're touching up around 100 people, go ahead and remind everybody that if you would like to participate in our weekly giveaway and win your own playset of Rock, Paper, Scissors cards, make sure you head over to my Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Go ahead and like it and bookmark it. Then look for the giveaway, which is the most recent post I made about, I don't know, like 7:30 tonight, something like that. It says we're giving away Magic cards. It's pretty self-explanatory. You got 4 ways to enter. You like that post, you comment on that post, you share that post on your own timeline. All 3 of those will get you a separate entry. It also shows up on my Twitter feed, @ZachSellsMagic. Look for that one. Follow me on Twitter and retweet it. So you got 4 separate ways to enter for your chance to win. We'll draw that next week during the stream. And somebody's going to win some of those things. I think I may have mentioned to you guys... Garrett, I may have mentioned to you, like offline when we were talking about it in previous weeks, or during the week, but like I ran out at Grand Prix Pittsburgh. I literally get to that Rob guy. I gave him my last place. That's how to buy more.
Right.
The last time I bought them off Troll and Sold, there are literally hundreds of each of them. They are now sold out of Paper Tiger, and there's like 10 of the other ones, and they've raised the price.
Oh, no.
Well, like, part of me wants to think that, like,
That is because of you.
well, not because of me, but, like, I don't know, like, little ripples like that, things could happen, you know what I mean? But what sucks about it is, like, now they're just marginally increased in price enough that it's, like, kind of awkward now to... Well, it's not that I don't want to do it anymore, but, like, it will add up a lot quicker now than it would before.
You know, 10 cents card is a lot more than 2 cents card.
Yeah. They were like 15 to 20 cents before, but now they are more.
Questions in the chat. Yeah, if you attack with Geist of Saint Trap and you have an Exalted ability on the field,
Still
it will
works.
get the Exalted because...
You can stack them.
Either way, I mean, even if you resolve the Angel first, it's not an attacking... You didn't declare it
as an attacking creature.
Attacker, it's just a creature that comes into the battlefield.
Brett with no turn 1 and then turn 2.
Same thing happens with, like, Jace Architect. But your Angel will not give the -1/-0.
So, let's get back to the game here. Your favorite opener there,
Turn
Garrett.
2, nothing.
Turn 1, nothing. Turn 2, Mog Flunkies into a turn 3 Mog Flunkies.
Wow. Now, suddenly, a card appears on the field. We'll see how long that lasts.
A wild Simic Charm appears. I can see another Simic Charm in Joseph's hand. It looks like he's on the very controlling draw this game. And there is Knight of Glory. Do you know if the Knight of Glory is main?
I highly doubt it.
What is it?
Knight of Glory.
That has to be sideboard.
Yeah.
And I think we see the 1 copy of Unsummon in Joseph's hand, so he has... If basically has 2 time walks here.
Ooh, doesn't unsummon his own guy, unsummons that guy.
Yeah, I think I would have done your play too, Garrett. Oh, he has another one.
Well, he has another one, so instead of attacking 4 turn, you just...
He has a feeling of dread, 2 Simic charms, and an Azorius charm. So basically just fogs for days. Stromkirk Noble.
Well, these fogs really don't do much if Brett can keep playing dudes because, as you said, Joseph does not have Spring Verdict.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have Aetherize? Or any kind of like devastation type effect or anything? Because if not, I mean, you just get slowly overran. Doesn't matter how many times you Feeling of Dread your guy, you eventually run out of cards. So for the record, I still think you just send a Charmander. I would eat his mob flunkies whenever he attacks with it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because, like Joseph just, at least in these games, has not shown that he's very interested in using the +3/+3 part of the Simic Charm.
Right.
And that's not to say that it's like fundamentally incorrect or not, but there are some times, both in the first 2 games, where it looked like that was probably better.
Was the right move.
Giant
I
Growth.
see him Feeling of Dread those 2 guys just to get 3 damage. I'm going to do it again.
Well, doing it on his turn to avoid taking the damage is I'm fine with that. And
Burning Tree into
just
pillar or spear?
that spear just onto Joseph, not taking out the dude.
The dude's not really that threatening whenever you have 6, 8, 10 power on board. Or 9 power.
9. So he's burned through his Feeling of Dreads. You can double block here, can't you? I don't know if you want to.
Joseph has a follow-up creature play probably, so I think you just trade a few flunkies.
Like getting rid of your flunky is like the best case scenario, right? Just like, yes, please, just get rid of this. I was going to voluntarily sacrifice him, but if I can get your guy in the process. So Brett untaps, staring down no play from Joseph because he only has 1 mana up. Ash Zealot makes an appearance. Load him up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage. You eat the Stromkirk and take 7. Go down to 10. Someone on Facebook will not.
Dice would be so much more broken.
Someone on chat is just.
Yeah. Alright, so I mean, Joseph has a lot of options here.
I don't like Geist.
He's got.
I don't know what he has. He has
Azorius Charm, 2 Simic Charms, and a Quirion Dryad that he just drew.
Okay, so the play here is probably swing with your guy, and then Azorius Charm lifelink.
That's exactly what he did. So gain 6, deal 6. And now you can charm. You can charm flunkies.
I prefer going for the kill next turn.
Ultra pump.
Yep. Because that's 11. That's 12 damage.
Yeah.
If Brett swings house.
If that's the case, then why wouldn't you have played the Quirion Dryad on your turn? Like just a chump.
Just in case he plays a Hellrider, I guess.
That's a good point. Does Brett have Hellriders?
Yes,
probably.
he does.
Even if he still plays a Hellrider. Like, I guess Quirion Dryad. Well, I don't know. Like, this is plan A. You might have to go to plan B if Brett leaves a guy back, or this turn plays Burning Tree Emissary and has it as a blocker.
All that. No.
He's got another one. Like he can afford to do this and still win next turn.
No, he needs both to win next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, he's at 11.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Alright, so what's the top deck?
What are Monk? Oh, wait. It's an Ash Zealot.
I don't think Brett ever blocks you, by the way. So I think just leaving that Burning Tree there is fine. Which, by the way, did he bounce the burning tree?
Yes.
I think that's the last creature that you want to Oh, you want a guy that you have to play for no mana?
No. You bounce him because the flunkies can kill your Geist and the Assault has first strike. Like, I see why he did it.
I see it, so yeah.
So your Brett is going to block here. So at least kind of forces your hand here to do the pump, right?
Yeah.
It does not give trample though, right?
No, it does not.
So he's just going to take 4 here and eat the burning tree.
Did you remember his trigger for his Clarion Dryad?
He did.
Yay. So Joseph's still in an okay position. Still, let's see, has to chunk block if Brett peels a Hellrider.
Brett could just burn him out. Like, I don't know what's in his hand. He's been using his spears pretty aggressively.
Probably lands.
Yeah.
I would put him on lands. This. Let it be a Hellrider.
No, he would have slammed the Hellrider, I think. Like, it'd be interesting, like, so he's representing 5 damage, so he can get Joseph to 6. It'd be interesting if he does block, if he attacks, rather, if Joseph does decide to block, because I guess there's, like, some decisions to be made one way or the other.
Also Joseph representing Blowout City, which would be unsummon your guy, and then put a +1/+1 counter on my Clarion Dryad.
Yeah.
And eat your...
Well, he didn't have any cards in his hand.
Also,
But I mean, like, being at 6 life, I mean, you could theoretically, like, say no blocks and then just lose. Like Zach Villanco did a couple weeks ago, you remember that?
Yeah.
He just, like, chose not to block and just lost. No attack.
Mr. MTG, that app is no longer available in the App Store, just so you know.
I'm talking about the life total?
Yep.
Yeah. The closest thing is something called 20 life, I believe.
Turn 8 Stormcard Noble, not as impressive. So what's Brett's decisions here? He has...
You can attack with your 2 dudes. There's a Thought Scour, triggering a Quarterfinals Dryad. Charm, land, draws, I think another Geist. No, was it Glacial Fortress? No, it's the card on top, so I don't know what it is. Feeling of Dread. Tapping.
So that's game.
Tapping everything.
Get a counter, tap everything again, get another counter.
In response to the trigger, he's going to Searing Spear the Quarterfinals Dryad.
Okay.
that's fine.
So he'll go down to 1 here, and then potentially die on the crackback.
No, not if Brett had to get Searing Spear on his dude.
I'm just saying with 1 card in hand and the way the board is set up, like, he could potentially lose.
He's that to a Hellrider.
I don't even know if Brett's playing Hellriders.
He is, in fact, playing Hellrider. I played him earlier, second round, lost.
Slam a Brett.
Slam it.
Or slam a Haystack.
Oh! That's good, right?
That's good. Because
4.
Joseph has Glacial Fortress in hand.
So 4 from triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 9, right?
That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
He's gonna flashback to doing it.
To tap the 6 power dudes and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. And he'll live at 3. He'll live at 3, right?
The Feeling of Dread. The card that I said was going to be bad.
It is bad. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, man. Brett. So close.
I didn't even know there was another Feeling Dread in the graveyard.
Yeah, because he only tapped 2 down last turn.
Brett's dead no matter what. Like, he's trying to find it. He's trying to figure it out, but he's dead no matter what. Because the last card in his hand is a Stomping Ground, which I know because he tried to play it as the Hellrider. Draws a Hallowed Fountain, but it doesn't matter. And there it is. Hellrider off the top was not good enough. Feeling of Dread. Feeling of Dread. The old 10-cent common. Sure. The old 10-cent common beats the $10 rare. So congratulations to Joseph Deal, his Bant Delver deck. Very interesting.
I'm gonna do that. So you guys just need one like this more.
Got some congestion. Well, the weather is changing, so we do have that that effect. Is anybody else still playing? Did you notice?
The Brandon Hart and Adam Victor's friend.
Chad Watson.
Chad. Mm-hmm. I do like this.
His ears are very gauged. If he wins, we'll put him under camera. Actually, that's like of all the decks in the top 8, that's the deck that Brandon does not want to play against.
Exactly.
Is the deck that can, huh? It's Grixis, I think, is it? Or is he playing tokens? Chad's playing tokens?
Chad's playing tokens.
Oh, that's just as bad.
Yeah.
Well, they're in game 2, and I assume they'll go to camera if they play them too.
Okay.
They didn't answer me because they were thinking real hard. So.
Being interrupted in a quote-unquote high-stakes Magic game is never fun.
Nope.
I always feel bad, like, going out and asking people to move and, like, stuff like, be on camera and stuff, but it's kind of hard to do this and not, like, talk to
Right.
But, like, I try not to.
It's fine, but still, at the same time, like, even whenever I was shuffling up, I was like, you really want me to move? Like, I just told you we're going to game 2 and we have, like, 25 minutes left. Like,
yeah.
That was what was in my head. So immediately, as we're moving over to the table, I'm like, everybody get out of my way. We have to shuffle up and play.
I know it's, like, annoying, but, like, at the same time, like, there's also 25 minutes left, and you guys were the only people that were left.
Right.
So.
That's why I got it.
Like, it's awesome when we used to have those, like, 45-person FNMs, because it's basically, like, it's like a smorgasbord. Just.
Like what you want.
Yeah. Of course, we are pretty fortunate that we even have that that capability of, like, moving people over.
Let's talk about how beat red with the Giddon.
So just killing time, right?
Yeah, probably.
He doesn't realize, every time he gets up and leaves, he doesn't realize that there are like 10 people out there talking about hero collections.
Fucking camera got that too.
Oh, dude. The new picture-in-picture did take you out. So we'll switch back to the main camera here as we wait for matches to finish out there. So we've got one match still going. It is the Bant Hexproof deck of Brandon Hart taking on Chad Watson's Green-White Tokens deck. I thought he was playing Grixis Control, but I'm now being told he is playing Tokens.
Because I heard him cast Parallel Lives earlier. That's not a card you want to play control.
People are talking to me on Facebook.
Alright.
And I'm trying to, like, like, they don't, like, they're people who, like, fans of the stream. Like, I'm clearly doing the stream right now.
Right.
You can't just ask me questions.
I know it's always fun whenever you're watching a Magic streamer or even like a League of Legends streamer, just to message them in the game. Like, hey, there's my name in the stream.
I thought it was very interesting. Wasn't it? It was you who pointed this out earlier in the week. How, yeah. So like at any point, if you go to League of Legends,
go to it right now.
The League of Legends. Can I do that?
Do you want to do that? Is it worth risking?
No. Nah.
We can just talk about it.
It's like too much work, but anyway, like, so there's like, at any point, if you go to like the League of Legends, like
right now there's at least 5.
Like the entire game page for like all the streams, like at any point of any day, there are more people watching. Like, is it like 1 I don't know what's happening over here, but
One
like,
girl going like this.
yeah. So there's just like, you bring up like the top. There's like it has like basically like tiled like 5 and then 4. So there's like 20 on the page, and like at least 5 of them are just like attractive women in very low cut tops. Like, and as you told me, like they're not good at the game at all.
Right, they're like Silver League, which is like the bottom almost.
And they're just clearly just trying to like grind small income off of like ads and stuff, which is just I don't know. I think it's so funny because like all the time we have to deal with all these like countless accusations of like sexism in Magic art and advertisements and like is the game welcoming for women and like how can we treat people equally and stuff. And meanwhile on the other side of the gaming community you got these women just like setting things back just decades by just like I can make $5 by whipping them out in front of like League of Legends fans, no problem. Because you can grind out a reasonable income from ad revenue from Twitch, but it's not lucrative.
And as Zach almost said, usually like one of the top ones will have more viewers than the entire Magic the Gathering Twitch page.
Yeah. So like if Star City is not broadcasting, if the Magic Pro Tour GG's Live is not broadcasting, you can have soccer. Michael Jacob, and Adam Prosac, like you can have them all on at the same time, Travis Sui, whatever, and you still will have like less than 4,000 people watching Magic,
right?
And then just like one of these random girls will get like 5,000 viewers to watching her like the equivalent of like stumble through it and Magic intro deck.
And if you ever go in one of the chats, it's just like, show us your tits.
you stay classy, League of Legends chat. It's like the equivalent of like, it's like the equivalent if like we went out here and just like some like random girl showed up,
like naked,
in a comparably like low cut thing because we do have an aerial camera,
right? And
just like went and we just had her on camera like every round. Yeah, she went 1-5 at FNM, but she was in feature match every time. So it's kind of sad because like I don't know, our web show is kind of silly. I don't think it's particularly great. I don't understand why people watch it sometimes. But one thing I have never claimed to do is have the ability to compete with attractive, low-cut shirt-wearing women on League of Legends.
Correct.
What's going on in there? Oh man, I have thought about like if I do get a new computer, I think I might start playing Moto, just because like there's really no reason to not. And the thing is, then you can like stream. You can try to like tie the stream in like during the week. They do a couple events in the week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do that or not, but I would at least give it a go. I think. Because in order to like get revenue from Twitch, you have to stream at least like 3 times a week, and you have to average X number of viewers. I don't know if I could ever get there, but
I'm on the fence about Moto. I'm waiting. They did announce about a month ago that they will be making changes to it. They will be integrating more of the paper Magic and the MTGO resources together. Mm-hmm. So hopefully there's some kind of like incentive to buy paper cards, and that will give you something on Moto.
Yes, there's some kind of redemption codes. They've only said that they're redemption codes. They haven't gone into the explanation of it, but it's this, like Garrett was saying, it's like it seems to be that there's some kind of tie-in with paper cards. Doesn't the WoW card game do that?
Yeah. As long as it's not some kind of like reverse redemption, like you have to send them a set and then they'll give you the set online. As long as it's not something like that, mm-hmm. I think I'm going to play a lot more MTGO. But if it's like something like that, or just something small, I will continue just to do what I do on MTGO, which is play Pauper every now and then maybe do Two-Headed Giant with Max.
That seems fine.
It's fun.
When we got this downtime, the perfect time to go to the Facebook page. There's all those buttons down at the bottom. Just click on them. Why not? Helps us out. We're still waiting. Hey, are they done? Are they done? Are those guys done? Okay, everybody's done. So we're just waiting to see, number one, if they play the top 4,
They will. Jonathan Wright.
Jonathan won? Okay. So we're good.
Jonathan Wright.
This is the thing about Jonathan Wright.
Arguably the best deck in Standard right now.
If he's in the top 8, then we're playing the top 8. If he's in the top 4, we're playing the top 4. Occasionally, I think he has chopped the top 2 before.
Generally, I think it's going to be who his opponent is. Like, if it's a really daunting opponent, like if he sat down for the finals and sat down against...
John Finkel. Chop.
No.
Is it my mom?
No, I'm thinking about a certain archetype that he would sit down against. Probably the...
Esper deck?
Like a heavy, more control Esper deck than what mine is.
Bant Wolfrun?
No, not definitely. Bant Drowning Heart, not Bant Wolfrun. Bant Wolfrun is...
what about Bant Wolfyard?
Might have to make that the next week.
Bant Wolfyard. That's a good name for a metal band. Bant Wolf.
No,
that's a good name for that's a good stage name for the lead singer in a metal band.
Bant Wolfrun.
We are Extort the Great Brawler, and I am Bant Wolfyard. That's
a drummer.
Bant Wolfyard.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna put that in my notes. This is the part I've always struggled with the stream. Is like there's a point in every round or a point in every night stream where there's nothing to show and there's nothing to talk about. And I know people want to watch Magic, and I know there's better things to watch Magic on, but
Allie Browning almost shit herself on the way home because she ate at one of the fast food places. One of the Asian places around here.
Could be any of them.
All four.
There are 4.
We're in Asian town of South Charleston.
We're here in Little Chinatown of South Charleston. There are 4 Asian restaurants within walking distance of Lost Legion. There is pho. There's a Vietnamese pho place. There is a Vietnamese banh mi right across the street, so sandwiches. Then there is a Chinese takeout restaurant, and then there's a Taste of Asia, which is like a higher end sit down sushi and.
Also, was the one next door to the yen sandwiches.
Oh, yen sandwiches. Not to be confused with
yen
sang. He ain't got no sandwiches.
We can talk about the leak cards. The silence counterspell.
Yes, so the counterspell, do we have a copy of it? I don't know. I don't want to mess with it. I'm really tired. But so...
not super excited about
this guy here, Garrett, talking about today a spoiler showed up. It hasn't been confirmed. My phone is about to die, but I'll try to bring it up.
It was posted by Star City, so...
Was it posted by Star City?
Yep.
Alright. It is a counterspell, which says, counter target spell, its controller can't cast spells for the rest of the turn. So it's like an ideal card against storm decks, but it's also just kind of a good way to stop people from baiting. Oh, that's not... I don't know if there's any way that's going to work. It's not going to happen. Sorry I tried.
Basically for blue-white, counter target spell, silence.
Yeah, counter target spell, silence. The question is...
Which is funny because the mana adds up to counter spell.
Silence.
Silence.
Yeah, I was trying to talk about that earlier when I was saying that... it got really dark. I was trying to think of a situation. I asked people, would you if you had a deck that had access to white, would you play that over Dissipate? And I couldn't imagine ever doing that.
It's very good with Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I don't know. I can't imagine ever wanting it.
Dissipate is very, very much better, but of course Dissipate is rotating, as is all of this flashback and Mirror Rights graveyard stuff. Snapcaster is gone, Thought Scour's gone. All these cards that interact with the graveyard are rotating out. But
then also you've got these, especially in the American decks, which I don't know if they'll be as good because you are losing Snapcaster and Geist or whatnot. But if you're playing a blue deck if you're playing Grixis or you're playing a blue-red counterburn or something, you have access to Counterflux, and I think it's just, it's clearly better too. But I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting take on cards. I'm content with any spoiler card which causes some discussion, seems interesting. You haven't seen that kind of effect before, and I don't immediately go, "Why did they print this card? I hate it."
I think unless
a lot of spoilers, I end up.
It definitely solidifies the blue-white X, definitely the Bant deck as one of the best block decks. Simply because that deck was only missing a counterspell. Now it has a counterspell.
So we're getting confirmation in the stream that it has been confirmed. And then someone is also talking about how I should take my show on the road and travel around to various FNMs in the States and Canada, make a documentary, and then release it.
Well, you have a beard for it.
Yeah, I have a beard, no equipment, no documentary film skills.
Let's get Sarah from Allie Brennan to help you out with that.
Yeah, she mostly focuses, I believe, on like
Actual things?
Yeah, like the women's rights and like that kind of stuff, like real world issues that matter.
Right.
Or she could alternately just do a weird documentary about imaginary wizard fighting game featuring a lumberjack bearded man driving all around the country eating very.
All around Canada.
Yeah, I'm Zachary Evans from Charleston, West Virginia. Join me as I spend the next 6 months driving around Canada to every FNM. Actually, a fair number of our stream fans are from Canada. One of our most dedicated viewers, Nathan, is in Alberta, Canada. Get this. I'm going to tell you a story I don't think I've ever mentioned. So I do that giveaway every week, and I've given away several a week. And there was a period of time where, just from just general laziness and stuff going on, I hadn't sent out like 3 prizes, like 2 or 3 weeks worth of stuff, both regular giveaways and extra stuff. And so Nathan had won the giveaway, and he's one of the guys who does every week all the things on Facebook, on Twitter, and he wants to win so bad. He finally won, and I remembered, like, oh, that's good that he finally won because he was a dedicated participant. And he lives in a small town, or I don't know if it's a small town, but he lives in a town called Leduc in Alberta in Canada. And so I sent that off to him when I finally, and then I had those other ones to send out, 2 or 3 more things. So another guy had won on Twitter. It's a guy who always retweets on Twitter. And he won, and so I got his direct message back on Twitter for his address, and went and wrote it, and then didn't think anything about it. Wrote my other 3, had like 4 parcels to send out. Then when I was checking them to put them in to give my wife to take to the post office, I looked, and the other one from Twitter, Leduc, Alberta, Canada, and I said, you know this guy, right? Because I had the same thing happens a lot, where like one guy will find our stream either on YouTube or on Twitch. He'll tell all his buddies about it, then they'll compete in a couple kids in the UK both won giveaways like because they're friends, and that's exactly what happened. And I was like, do you know this guy? He's like, oh, it's probably my friend such and such. And I was like, okay. And then like the next day he's like, hey, I talked to that guy. It's not him. So there are just 2, and he's like, and he said like it's really weird because like it's kind of like a close knit like small community,
right.
And like. He's just like, it's weird that I wouldn't know who it was.
Right.
So like these just 2 random people in a town, in like a small town in Canada, both happened to find the stream in separate fashions and win the giveaway. So I thought that was pretty.
You're bringing people together.
Yeah, it's my goal, is to do as much as I can for the rural communities of Alberta. I do like, he posts a lot of pictures on Facebook, and I think it's cool because like when we're down here, it's like, oh man, it's kind of cold, and then you look at him, it's just like 2 foot of snow in the yard all the time.
Minus 13.
Yeah. What's going on in the chat over here?
Horse. You know what horse is? Guess that's a chalk horse.
Yeah. Question, are we done for the night? No, we are waiting for the quarterfinals to finish. I believe they are finished.
Everyone went home. One total soon was over.
It's not over. They're going to game 3, I think, the tokens deck versus Bant Hexproof. What else is there to talk about?
How is that match taking so long?
I don't know.
One has tokens, the other one has rank words.
I don't know. One has unblockable creatures and the other one doesn't.
The other one really depends on his creatures blocking to survive.
I don't know.
Talk about beard upkeep.
Okay, so let's talk about beard upkeep. I'm fine with that. I got a lot. I can talk about it for a long time. So we are on like, it's getting a little frazzled because it's late at night, but so we are on September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We're on like 8.5 months of beard growth. Garrett has, of course, switched into Garrett Relentless mode, so let's go ahead and update his screen name. But 8.5 worth of, I have decided, Garrett, I don't know if I've told you, but I've decided to keep the beard. I normally shave it this time of year for the summer, but I've decided to keep it because I don't know, I like it. I like having it. I'm going Duck Dynasty.
We'll see how you say that in 100-degree weather.
it gets to 100 degrees this year. But yeah, you're right. I'll probably regret it at some point. But here's the interesting thing about the beard. I do have to comb it and brush it like you would your hair because it's very long. And one interesting thing about it is I have to take showers in the morning exclusively. Can't just occasionally take a shower at night the night before because I will get like the equivalent of bedhead with my beard.
Right.
It will just be like this.
And facial hair is really oily, so you have to shampoo your beard.
You have to take care of it. You have to get it wet so you can get it to behave itself.
Right.
Yep. I'm very fortunate that I work at a place that doesn't really care. Which is funny because I am like a professional engineer. So like I work at like a real office building. It's like a Fortune 500 company. Like there's no
surrounded by other highly paid professionals and other
and this
professional companies.
And this is what I wore. This is what I wore to work today. Like this hooded sweatshirt. I got this big beard, wearing Chuck Taylors. Like yep.
Walk past the State Farm,
I'm not
office.
I'm not the IT guy either. Because the IT guy always looks like that. We have one IT girl. She always wears a baseball cap. I don't know how that's allowed, but so all my colleagues and stuff are like all dressed up and stuff, and I'm just rocking like whatever.
You walk past, the American Cancer Society corporate office and the State Farm corporate office.
They're in there.
They are.
Well, I apologize for the random just downtime. It's clear that we are both exhausted. I've had a particularly rough work week.
I haven't because I've worked literally every other day because I've been sick.
Nobody deserves to be.
I spent 13 hours at the emergency room on Tuesday night.
You did?
Yes.
For you or someone else?
Me.
You okay?
I don't know. They still don't know. They gave me some antibiotics today because they think I have a urinary tract infection.
Yikes. You heard it here first, folks.
That's what you get for doing anal with a cow.
Oh, boy. No. What happened? We used to have a fun stream and people would watch it, and now we're talking about butt sex with bovine. That's not good. That's not good at all.
No, I assumed that I had gallstones because
I had a gallstone in between my freshman and sophomore years of college, and it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. Because I used to work for my dad doing maintenance work, basically at a summer camp, and so like I woke up in the morning and thought I had pulled a muscle.
Right.
And because that's what it felt like, and that's that was like.
You can't do a setup, you can't.
Yeah, it was something that like it seemed like that's what I did. I just pulled a muscle. I told my dad, "I'm gonna stay in bed today," and then like later I was like, "No, something's really, really wrong."
Right.
I remember we had to go down and get it checked out, and like to check it out, they do an ultrasound, which is like hilarious because it's like if you had an open wound, like you had a big gash in your chest. And they're like, we're going to try and confirm what's wrong with you by jamming stuff in this wound. Just like jamming broom handles and stuff in this open wound. Like, because the ultrasound is like, oh, you have a swollen portion of your body that hurts to the touch. Well, we're going to have to just jam something on there and just, I came very close to just clocking a lady because it was just like this little woman, this little nurse. And I'm just like clenching like this.
Find it and be done with me.
Pretty rough.
I had the ultrasound and that came up absolutely nothing. I had the x-ray, which came up nothing. I had the CT scan, which came up very small kidney stones, which wouldn't be causing me any pain. So I left the emergency room after 13 hours on Tuesday night / Wednesday morning. Absolutely further progressed none in this endeavor to find out what's wrong with me.
Thanks a lot, modern medicine.
Thanks a lot, CAMC Memorial.
Let's see if I've got any fun things to...
I went to a urologist today.
Oh, here we go. These are the promos we talked about.
Promos.
I don't know. I talked about it before. Like the Crucible Worlds obviously is the same art as the 5th Dawn and the M10 or the 10th edition version, but set to foil in the old frame, which I really like when they do those retro foils. I think it's fun. And then the Bribery. I like the art on the Bribery too. It's good that they reprint that card. We all know from past experience that the existence of judge foils will in no way affect the actual price of cards, so it's not like Bribery is going to drop from an $18 card to...
Oh, it's a good commander card.
No, that's exactly why they're reprinting it. Because it's, like, if there ever was an auto-include card in the commander, that is it. Let's see if we've got any other things going on here.
Slick CGL. If you're looking to invest in cards to slowly build up to red, mono red, red, white, Naiad, I definitely just stay away from like Innistrad stuff. You want to pick up Shocklands, you want to pick up Basically anything from the gate crash block. I would not spend any money on Thunderballs or...
Yep. Now's the time of year just to invest in non-rotating stuff. Move all your Innistrad stuff.
Actually, lists are very good too. Very good to get.
Mm-hmm.
But, you might... If you have money to play with cards for 5 months, then go ahead and, pick up your Hell Riders and stuff like that. If not, just go long term and get Ash Sillets and
Shocklands. So here's the thing. We've actually gotten like a fairly decent response on this. But since we've got 73 of you watching now, and you've got to be very dedicated to have watched the last 15 minutes of us just talking about various gallstones and urinary tract infections. But so I tried to start this a couple weeks ago. You've seen the inside of the broom closet. You know what our store looks like. Now we want to see where you guys play. So take pictures of yourselves at FNM or watching the stream, or maybe show off your giveaway cards if you've won them, or at your local, if you just have like a game night during the week. Take pictures and we'll put them up on our Facebook page. Thanks. You can send them to me directly at zacksellsmagic@gmail.com. You can just get in touch with me on there if you want to anyway. Or you can send them to, or you can post them on our Facebook site, facebook.com/zacksellsmagic. I think that's a lot of fun to see different stuff. I keep an album on our Facebook page called Viewer Picks, like Stream Fan Picks or something like that. So you can go and check out and see where everybody else plays. I don't know, it's pretty fun to put names to faces and whatnot.
We have two glass cannons against two very strict control decks, so which one do you want?
Yin versus Brandon.
Alright.
Let's see if are they going to play.